Florida Governor Ron DeSantis firing back at President Biden over his handling of the border surge, sounding the alarm over the administration transporting migrants all around the country, unbeknownst to the country.
No notice. They do not tell us. We have to sometimes we try to do investigations. Sometimes we've gotten some documents given to us where we put two and two together. But they do fly people in. They fly in unaccompanied minors. You've got a lot of military-age males coming through the border. And it's not mostly Mexicans. It's people from Asia, the Middle East, Africa, Haitians, you name it. It's an issue beyond COVID because it's about the security of our country.
Joining us right now, Fox News contributor Lara Trump joins us. Lara, good morning to you.
Good morning, Steve. Great to be with you. Governor DeSantis is exactly right. This is absolutely insane that our federal government is able to just send illegal immigrants all over the country. And I mean, there is a reason that people are flocking in droves across the country to Florida. It is because of that man right there, Ron DeSantis. He is a governor who has stood up in the face of all the nonsense. He has taken a common sense, logical, and freedom-based approach to COVID. And I thought it was really amazing to hear him push back on what President Biden tried to say yesterday about the state of Florida.
And he was responding to what the president said, I think on Tuesday afternoon in the East Room, where he said, you know, the infection rate very high in Florida and Texas, and if the governors aren't going to help, just get out of the way. Well, the president was also asked by our White House correspondent, Mr. President, if you're so worried about COVID, what about all the unvaccinated people coming in from the southern border? And the president said, essentially, I'm paraphrasing, well, we still have that Title 42. And the only people we're letting across are unaccompanied minors. Laura, that is not true.
No, of course it's not true. Everyone knows that is not true. And the hypocrisy here, I think, is just staggering. When you saw that the Biden administration yesterday, Steve, enacted something that basically says if you are not a vaccinated person, you cannot travel into the United States of America. What about the people just flowing over our southern border? These people are not vaccinated. They have very high rates of COVID. They are being shipped on planes and buses. They're given bus tickets and plane tickets to go all over the country, by the way, on the taxpayers' dime here in America. And you heard from Governor DeSantis, the states don't get any notice they're coming in. Of course, Texas has a high COVID rate. Of course, Florida does. These are particular states where these migrants are headed. They are shipped to these states. And so I think it's ridiculous to suggest that we're going to enact a ban on people coming in that aren't vaccinated. What about the southern border, Joe Biden?
Yeah, no kidding. All right. Meanwhile, another hot topic is critical race theory, which is being taught in a number of schools. A public school teacher has actually published a book. It's called A Parent's Guide to Critical Race Theory. It's available apparently at Amazon and wherever you buy books. But the point is, this is helpful because this is somebody from the inside, a teacher, explaining to the parents who are worried about how they do it.
Yeah, critical race theory is poison for our younger generations. It's poison for America. It teaches us to judge one another based on the color of our skin, not the content of our character, and teaches people to hate America. It is not anything we want in our schools. And if you ever wonder, well, how would I know if it's being taught in my school? You're exactly right, Steve. This teacher goes throughout this book and tells you little tips to identify if you suspect critical race theory is being taught even in the smallest way in your school. He helps you identify it. He gives you tips on how to push back against it. I think it's going to be really important. Look, the school year is starting in a couple of weeks in many states across the country. This is going to be important to the future of America. Every parent should pay attention to this.
All right. Lara Trump, Fox News contributor. Ma'am, thank you very much.
Thank you.